So I'm currently like a resident mentor for the Summer Humanities and Social Sciences program. And basically I live with them and I'm basically taking them to like classes and I'm taking them on like fun outings on the weekends. But on top of that, I'm also the economics teaching assistant. So last summer, by God's grace, I was able to come to like the US early and work out like everything early. And so I decided to join the program.
Like Williams is beautiful, the people, the food, not very much.
The food is very bad.
Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I have with me here Ariel, who is also a rising sophomore here at Williams College. And today we are going to talk about her college experience, her life experience living in Ghana, right? And in the US, and how she sees these two different places and how she has adapted to these places. Thank you very much for making the time to be with me here.
Of course.
I know you have a lot of work going on, like you are doing a lot of things. You just told me you had a meeting and you just finished your meeting, you had to come here. So I thank you for making the time to be with me here.
It's no problem.
So before we start, I want you to tell me something small about yourself, where you grew up and where you've lived before.
My name is Ariel Intimade. I grew up in Accra, Ghana.
Okay.
And so I've only ever lived in like Accra.
Oh, okay.
But my family is from Kumasi.
Okay,
And
that's nice.
my mom is from Jamasi. So I've been going between like those three places.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's good. So you went to high school in Accra?
Yeah.
Which school did you go to?
I went to Ghana International School.
Oh, that's nice. In Accra, the schools are competing. Whenever we meet, as high school graduates, we compete. This school is the best, this school is the best. You think your school is the best?
It's debatable. But I will say GIS was probably the best for me, specifically.
Yeah. For you, what do you think makes it so? What about GIS?
I think the people that I met there, as well as the teachers that I met there, have really like motivated me to do like my best. And even like my economics teacher from GIS is the reason why I'm doing like economics now.
Okay,
So,
that's amazing. He was the main motivation behind
Yeah.
you. Okay, that's great. So you are taking economics classes. You took economic classes in your first semester. How were they?
it was a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
I placed out of like the 110 and 120. So my first economics class was with Diana, actually. It was 215. I've forgotten the name of the class, but it was something about like global trade.
Okay,
And then my next class was 252, which was macroeconomics.
that's nice.
And so I find the classes very interesting, but at the same time, in Ghana, you know how we're doing the British system, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very different.
Yeah, exactly. Would you say it was difficult or just different?
I would say it was difficult at the beginning because like for the British system, we're learning a bit more about like theory and application. We're not doing as much math.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
That's
so when I came to the US and they were asking me all these mathematical
Quantitative
questions.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
agree with
was
you.
so lost.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like in Ghana, the way the system is, if you just take arts classes, you end up with zero quantitative skills. So you come here and you have to take some quantitative classes. You are going to struggle. And I feel like the system is not really very helpful. I don't know. I feel like they should change it, Like everyone should be able to take some level of quantitative classes, like some math classes, at least up to calculus 1. That would be very helpful. That way, if you come here, you will struggle.
Yeah.
But then the way it is, you just struggle when you come here. I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Because for me, for my A-levels, I did literature, economics, and history.
Yeah, exactly.
So me, I didn't have any of like the quantitative
that's true.
aspects.
Yeah. So for me that I did science, obviously you do a lot of math. So it wasn't the quantitative part wasn't difficult for me. But then the history part was a problem when I came here, writing. You have to write papers. So that was my problem. So when I came here, my first semester, I took a history class.
What class was that?
History, Bombay, Mumbai.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right. You told me about that.
Yeah, Professor Kapadia. The professor was so good. She made the class easy, but I still struggled. Yeah, because I took just maths and science classes in high school. That's the system that I was in, right? That's how the system is structured. So I didn't have any option. So when I came here, liberal arts, you have to take everything. Take these classes. I feel like it's actually very nice. What do you think of the liberal arts system?
Honestly, I agree that it's very nice because
Yeah.
me, I'm the exact opposite of you. I took a lot of like arts classes,
Exactly.
a lot
Yeah.
of like reading, writing, and so coming here, I had to take like math and statistics, and I never would have taken it before. But like I realized that I actually really, really liked
Yeah.
the math. I took math 130, calculus 1,
Yeah.
and I actually really liked it. Like the professor was very helpful. If you needed anything, she would reach out to you and be like, "Do you need help in this? Do you
Yeah.
need help in that?"
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
So it's the same thing with like my economics class, because I was kind of confused on like the economics aspect.
Yeah.
And so like I spoke to my professor after class. I was like, I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. And he was very, very helpful.
yeah,
he
very
went
nice.
over all of the math with me.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, I feel like that's one thing that makes liberal arts colleges very nice. Like you and your professors, you are together. Like
Yeah.
you have a small class size, and you get to know your professor very well. You go to the office every time you want to, if you have a problem, and they're very welcoming. I think that's very nice compared to bigger schools where you have so many students. So that's a really nice thing.
And I feel like there's such a big difference between like learning world history or like at least like European history
Yeah.
that kind of interacts with like African countries and
yeah.
other countries than learning like American history.
Okay,
And I feel like there's a lot of parts of the world that I don't know about.
Yeah, I felt the same too.
Yeah. So for me, I took a history class in my first semester as well, but I took the one about the Middle East.
Okay, which one was
Yeah.
that?
The modern Middle East,
Okay.
Professor Magnus Bennett.
Okay, I've heard about him.
Yeah,
He's
10 out of 10 professor.
Very good
10
professor.
out of 10 professor.
Yeah.
If you can take a class with him, definitely do.
Yeah, I've heard about him.
His classes are very like interesting and engaging.
Okay.
And I knew nothing about the Middle East before
Yeah,
that class, but now I feel like
Yeah, you know very much.
Yeah, and I have the urge to like read more,
Okay.
and so
Okay, that's nice. So which history do you plan to take next?
History 212.
What's that
I'm
about?
forgetting what it's called, but I think it's about like the empires in China.
Oh,
Before,
that's
like
nice.
pre-colonial.
That's
It's
very
something
nice.
like that, I think.
Okay.
But that might be my spring history class. I don't remember
Okay,
which.
that's very nice. I do want to take history, but then so I wanted to take this class, the 9/11 in the Iraq War, but I got over enrolled, so I couldn't get in. Yeah, so I don't know if I might take it. If it's still going to be offered next semester, I might take it, but I'm not sure. So let's see how it goes.
No, Professor Bennetson, I feel like he changes his classes a lot.
Okay.
And he's always looking for like people that haven't been in like his class before.
Okay.
So next semester, definitely like if you find one of his classes that you like, email him and be like,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
interested in the class
Yeah.
because of this. And he's very, very nice.
Yeah,
He'll
I should
definitely
try.
consider
I
it.
should try and get into the class. So you mentioned that you took two. Did you take two econ classes? Your like your first year,
Yeah.
two, and then you took maths 130, right? Which classes again did you take? You mentioned history also.
Yeah.
Which
And
ones?
then I took a philosophy class.
Oh, okay.
In my first semester. So I took math, philosophy, history, and economics in my first semester.
Oh, okay.
And then in my second semester, I took statistics, history, a music class, and an Africana class.
Oh, that's nice. I wanted to take music, but then I felt like it was too much work. Do you think it's too much work?
Honestly, I got dropped from one of my classes, and that's why I ended up taking the music class.
Okay.
But I didn't feel like it was too much work. It was like a woman and gender studies class.
Okay.
So like it fulfilled like
Yeah, a
division
requirement. Oh,
requirements
okay.
and like,
That's nice.
And on top of that, I feel like there were a lot of like musical theories that I had never like heard of before. And I really like music. I play violin.
Okay.
So, and like of course I listen to like a lot of Afro beats and a lot of music. So there's a lot of like theory behind it that I never really considered.
Okay.
So I feel like it's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
But if you're okay with reading, it's not a lot of work.
Okay. That's nice. Okay, so let's talk about college application. Which year did you graduate high school?
I graduated in 2023, so just last year.
Oh, okay, so there was no gap year. You didn't take any
No.
gap year. Okay, I took gap years, not even year.
How many?
I took 2 gap years. Yeah, I left high school in 2020, right? 2020, yeah. And I stayed for 2 years and applied in 2022 and
I got in 2023.
Yeah, exactly. So I took 2 gap years. So then, how was the process for you like? Because just right out of high school, you have to apply and you got in. That's amazing. How was it?
Honestly, I feel like it wasn't really like hard.
Yeah.
not that it wasn't hard, because like there was a lot of essays to do and a lot of financial stuff. But like my mom, I have like 4 older siblings.
Yeah.
And so my mom did all of this with like them. And so it was really like, it was kind of seamless, I would say.
Okay.
Not that it wasn't hard, but it was seamless.
That's amazing. So for most high schools in Ghana, they're not familiar with like the high school, like the counselors, the headmasters, those in charge. They're not familiar with the application process. So most people struggle when they apply to college. They have to reach out to counselors many times before they get letters of recommendation. How was it for you?
For me, my school, GIS, they put like a really big emphasis on like college.
Okay.
Because it's like, people go to like really, really good schools, and that's what they use to like bolster their image.
Okay.
And so they have like a department specifically for like college applications, everything like that.
That's nice.
But I didn't use that as much as I did like my mom.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's like, since she had done it so many times, like even like the summer before my final year, she was telling me, okay, you need to get this account set up, you need to do your common app, you need to like start like collecting the financial documents, everything. And then my dad is like an accountant. Okay. And so all of the financial side,
everything was so smooth.
It was very smooth. My mom
amazing.
dealt with all of the essays, and my dad dealt with all of the financial side. So all I really had to do was like pick colleges, look at like the kind of aid they offered, the kind of international scene they had there. Like just like the community around, the academics, the status of the college, decide what colleges to apply to, and then write the essays. So
wow, that's so nice and
God bless my mother.
Amen. She really did very well. You know, that's very helpful. Your dad as well.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I'm struggling with right now is financial aid application. When I was applying to college, I had no idea how it was done, and it was very confusing. A lot of numbers, you know, I had no idea, so I really messed things up. So I struggled. I had to apply again. Like they sent me an email to apply again because there were some missing. They could not understand what I was trying to communicate, you know. And I was still struggling with that. And so it's very very good to have someone to help you with that. Like
if you ever need like help. My dad generally helps people with like like my mom helps people with their essays, and my dad helps people with like the financial side of like applying to college. So nice. Like he's also like a pastor in church, and so he helps sometimes. Church people help. Oh,
that's amazing.
So if you ever like really need help, I can ask my dad.
That's great. That's great. So one thing that helped me was YAF Ghana. I went to YAF Ghana, and they really helped me with everything. Anyway,
I heard about.
YAF Ghana is just amazing. You know, I feel like it's the best right now in Ghana. It's the best. Like college application, like
definitely,
exactly,
especially for people that are like out of school.
Yeah, exactly. If you're out of school, you know, they have a very nice package where you get to not pay anything. You pay $0, and they help you do everything. Write ACT, and they help you apply, guide you on how to apply. Like, it's amazing. So if you're watching this and you're in Ghana, a high school graduate, and you're looking for an organization that help people get into college, especially here in the US, don't look further than YAF Ghana. They are amazing. Okay, so let's move on. Which schools did you apply to? Which colleges did you apply to?
I applied to about like 17, 18 schools.
Wow.
And I'm not sure I remember all of them, but I remember I applied to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Williamstown. I applied to Wesley, Hamilton, Babson, because those are the 3 schools my siblings went to.
Yeah, okay.
And then Bryn Mawr, Haverford.
Yeah. Wow.
And like another 7. I don't remember.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So did you apply to Williams ED or
I did regular decision.
Oh, RD, okay. Did you apply to any ED school?
I applied to Princeton ED.
Okay.
They did not accept me.
They didn't accept you?
No. That is God's will.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I also applied to Columbia, but then I didn't wait for the admission, like the results, because I got into Williams ED.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I applied ED, so I got in. So when I got into Williams, you know, so here's what happened. I did not know about Williams, you know, when I started the application process. So YAF Ghana, you know, they gave me a list of schools, and then I went to look through the list, and you know, Williams was part of the list. So I searched for Williams College online, and it came as the best liberal arts college. They had this very good financial aid. I was like, oh my god, these people have money. So I applied, and I didn't expect to get in. It was 9% acceptance rate. I was like, no way, this is too small. I can't get in. Like 9%, that's very small, right? But then it came 9 December. I was like,
9th December, that's when you got it?
yeah, 9 December. I was like, what? You're going to Williams?
I
couldn't
remember
believe
when
it.
I got mine.
Yeah.
For me, like regular decision, I also didn't know much about Williams.
Yeah.
I knew more about Ames because like I knew other Ghanaians that had gone to like Ames,
Yeah.
and so I've heard about like my friends' older siblings
Yeah.
that had gone to Ames, so I knew more about that.
Okay.
But my mom was like, why would you go to like Ames when they're number 2 and like Williams is number,
number
1?
one, yeah.
So my mom, she was really, she was like, oh, you should apply to Williams. It's basically like the same. It's a good school. They're
Yeah.
good for economics.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
mom really loved Williams.
Yeah.
And so like I applied regular decision, but then I applied to Princeton.
Okay.
And then I applied to Ames and
Yeah.
Williams regular decision.
Okay.
I remember when I got the decision.
Yeah.
It was like March 17th or something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And I got Babson, the decision for Babson at like 8 p.m.
Okay.
Ghana time.
Yeah.
And Ames and like Williams and a bunch of other schools were supposed to come at like 11 p.m., 12 p.m. I don't know what happened. I didn't think I was going to get to college.
Me
So
too.
when I got Babson and I got like accepted, I was so relieved. I went to bed.
Okay.
I just, that was it for the day.
Yeah.
Then I woke up at like 11:30 or something. And I was like, oh wait, all of the other decisions have come out.
Okay.
And it's like my mom had traveled and my dad had traveled. I think they were both I think my dad might have come to the US or something. And my mom was in Kumasi.
Yeah.
And so I was home alone. I opened all of these decisions like Ames, Williams, all of the other schools. And I wasn't processing anything because I just woke up. So I just texted my parents like the list of the schools and like, oh, accepted, rejected, waitlisted, all of that. And I just sent it and I went back to sleep.
Okay.
My dad called me in the morning like 8 a.m. something, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. screaming on the phone, you got into Williams.
Wow.
You got into Williams.
That
He
was
called my
very
mother.
nice.
She joined the video call. And when it finally hit, I was crying.
Oh
it
my God.
was so...
Yeah. Me too. It was the same. I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe
Yeah, I
it.
was so shocked. I didn't expect to get into Williams.
And the kind of financial aid I saw, I was I felt so blessed.
Like Williams is beautiful. The people, the food, not very much.
The food is very bad. The food is very bad,
Yeah,
just
the
to be
food-
completely honest.
The food. Now that we've mentioned food, we have to talk about food. I don't know. The food here is just something else. What do you think of the food?
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad. For me personally, what I do is that like I'll get some of the food, but like I always leave like half of my plate for like salad.
Okay.
So like I'll get like lettuce, cucumber, and like carrots.
Yeah. Okay.
And like if I don't like the food, then I'll just eat
Eat that. Okay.
But like
That's nice.
you can also order food.
Yeah.
So there are other options, but for the most part, the food is not good.
Yeah, definitely. But have you tried Ghanaian food here?
I have.
You have? Which ones have you
I
tried?
have. But the thing is, it's like, I've forgotten where they catered it from.
Okay.
I remember they had like an event
Yeah.
for like the Black Pre-Frosh and they catered like Jamaican and African food.
Oh, okay.
So they brought like fried rice jollof.
Yeah.
And it was okay.
Was
And they
it
brought, like,
actual jollof? Was it jollof?
It was
Or what do you
okay.
think?
It was like jollof, but it wasn't like jollof.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It was just
I
like,
get it, I understand.
okay.
Yeah, it was okay, yeah. The one time they had jollof at Driscoll, they said it was jollof. They claim it was jollof, but it was nothing like jollof. I was like, what a waste
It
of
was
time.
really
Yeah,
bad. Because
yeah.
I remember Uchechi, my Nigerian friend,
Yeah.
like she called me, she was like, oh, they have like jollof at
Yeah,
Driscoll. Meet me at Driscoll. I don't even remember where I was. I think I had finished like rugby practice or something, and I just went to like take a shower or something like that. And she was like, oh, you need to like hurry up and come. I thought she was there, and she had already like tried the food and it was good. So me, like, I get dressed really quickly. I live in Mission. I'm hustling all the way to Driscoll.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I get there and I see like yellow rice. And
was
like
disappointed.
turmeric rice or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was looking like, I thought I was just aside. I was looking like, where's the jollof? only to see that's the jollof.
Yeah, yeah.
That day I was so
It wasn't good. Yeah,
disappointed.
I had the same reaction. I called my friends to come and eat jollof, come and try Ghanaian
Mm.
food. I brought them, and it wasn't. It tasted bad. It had no
I
spice.
didn't
Like it
even eat
had
it.
the salt content was out, like out
I didn't
proportion.
eat it. I could
It was
not.
bad. Yeah,
The
yeah.
way he even looked at me, I could not eat
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it was. Sometimes with this crew, they have like some okay food, you know. Most of the time they have okay food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then for Pariski, it's just nah, it's
Harassing.
something else. It's something.
I feel
Sometimes,
like
yeah,
when they do like American food, like chips and
yeah,
burgers and
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like you can't really go wrong with that.
yeah. That one.
But
That's
when
right.
they start trying to do like rice and
Rice.
pasta,
Oh my god.
they don't put salt in the rice.
Yeah, you have to
It's
add the
like it's
salt yourself.
bland, and when you add the
Exactly.
salt yourself, it just doesn't taste
It
the
doesn't
same.
balance. Like
Exactly.
that's the problem with the food here. So I don't know.
The rice is
Sometimes,
not.
yeah. Sometimes I just go inside and come out with just a drink and some fruits. Because if I take the food, I'll end up not eating. So I
Yeah.
just leave without anything, and that's very bad. Yeah.
So I'm currently like a resident mentor for the Summer Humanities and Social Sciences program. And basically I live with them and I'm basically taking them to like classes and I'm taking them on like fun outings on the weekends. But on top of that, I'm also the economics teaching assistant. So basically I sit in on classes, I do like P sets and then I help them work through the P sets and then I mark their P sets. And I believe I'm supposed to be marking their exams as well. I'm doing it as a summer job and I am getting paid for it. And so if you did the program, like if you've done the program, you can apply to be like a resident mentor. And so last summer, by God's grace, I was able to come to like the US early and work out like everything early. And so I decided to join the program. And because I joined the program last year, I was able to do this year. And so I'm very grateful.
That's a really interesting program, you know. That's very nice. You get to help students who are preparing
Yeah.
to start college. It must be very nice. That's great. So when does your program end?
My program should be ending in like the first week of August.
Okay,
So after that, I'll be returning to like New Jersey.
Okay. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
With your family?
Yeah, my siblings also came to school in the US.
Yeah.
And so like my siblings are there currently. My parents are like back home.
Yeah.
But then I also have family that lives in like New York. So
New York. Okay.
I'll be
That's
visiting them as well.
Okay, cool. So you've been there before, right? In New York? Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. And New Jersey as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't been anywhere.
But Williams.
Williamstown. I have to start going somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to go to Ghana, but I changed the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will not be going anymore. But
Will you
I
be
know-
going to Ghana this year though?
Are you going?
I hope to go in December.
You do?
I'm going to see how it works out. I'm not sure, but I hope.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I should go as well in December. I think December is a good time to go.
Yeah, because that's when also like a lot of my friends that also went like abroad.
Yeah.
Most of them also try and come home for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it's a very good
and then
time.
like my parents are there,
Yeah,
and it's like most of my family is there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Let's see how that goes. Maybe I might go. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see how that goes. Okay. Thank you very much for making the time to be with me. I really appreciate it.
of course.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe and also share the video with your friends. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next one. Peace out. Bye bye.